Hi everyone, thank you for registering for our free coaching Q&A call. I am Laurel Inman, the founder and senior faculty at the Institute of Integrative Coach Training. I've been a professional coach since 2005. I now lead a fabulous team of coach trainers. One of our goals is to help people determine whether or not coach training is a good fit. Also to let people know what the current industry standards are to help them gauge where coaching might fit into their current career path. Today, we're going to be covering true coaching versus other modalities that are not coaching. We're also going to be covering the industry standards, like I said, and then I'm going to be answering the questions that you submitted in the registration form. I wanted to start out with a quote by Einstein. He says, "The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One can't help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, and of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. Never lose a holy curiosity." Einstein's words really speak to my heart because in coaching, we really look at curiosity as a key tool for making progress. I'll show you what I mean. Definition of coaching. We're going to start with the International Coach Federation, the ICF. They are the leading standard setter for coaches, coach training, and credentialing. They say that coaching is partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. A professional coaching relationship exists when coaching includes a business agreement or contract that defines the responsibilities of each party. Coaching is unique in that it honors the client as the expert in his or her life and work and believes that every client is creative, resourceful, and whole. So for a lot of us, that's a completely different framework, believing that they are their own experts and being the catalyst for them to really tap into their own potential, tap into their expertise, and develop from the inside out. Currently, the ICF has done an outstanding job in establishing different parameters around coach training. Coach training is a peer-regulated industry, so what that means is that because we do not diagnose people, we do not assess people, we might give them observational feedback, we're not evaluating somebody. We're actually inviting them to evaluate themselves. But what we do have is established code of ethics, core competencies, and best business practices that coaches follow. The ICF standards, as you can see here on my screen, they've set up 3 different categories. So here you see the first one is ACC. This is their credential for Associate Certified Coach. ACC level training is around 60 hours or more. And this is what we call, you can see down here, this logo, ACSTH. They're approved coach-specific training hours. The ICF has evaluated the content of the training and approved it. Professional Certified Coach is created more for people who are going to be taking on private clients. This is where the depth training really gets good because you're not only taught all of the core competencies and all of the tools and the skill sets, but you're also given feedback and you have ample opportunity to grow your skills with that feedback while in training. Also, there's an evaluation process at the very end of training so that you can demonstrate your skills and get feedback on where to improve. So you're going into the world with PCC level training really with an awesome foundation. You might ask why the ACC even exists. ACC is awesome because not everybody wants to take on private clients. There's a lot of people that are managers in leadership positions or consultants and maybe just want some base level skills to add to what they're doing. That's where your ACC level training comes in and works really well. MCC is Master Certified Coach. This level is for people who have been in practice for a while, have over 300 hours of training, and also have 2,500 coaching hours under their belt. They will accept your application for PCC once you've reached 500 and MCC once you've reached 2,500. in addition to your training. So let's dive into industry standards. Industry distinctions. There's coaching, counseling, and consulting. The reason why I bring these up versus other modalities is because these are the ones that are most confused. So in coaching, we are really focused like an architect in the future. We are helping a client build, develop, achieve, attain, and reach their own goals. In counseling, it's more like a archaeologist. You're digging through the past and you're looking at emotional healing. You might be working with traumas. In therapy, there can be a diagnosis. There can be an evaluation of somebody. As you can see there, it also includes looking at the past in order to make sense of it. Coaching is always about the future, although we go into the past, we don't stay there. We're always asking, what goal are you looking to attain? What are the obstacles? And what are we going to do about it? Consulting is its own discipline. Consulting can also fall into guiding or mentoring. So in consulting, somebody has very specialized information that helps somebody accomplish something. And consulting is very important, let's say in health. With health consulting, you really want somebody telling you what is a good food to eat and what is a bad food to eat. What is my metabolic type? What is not my metabolic type? So that specific information that needs to be delivered to the client. Consultants also can come up with a strategy. The difference between coaching strategy and consulting strategy is that the coach would co-create and follow the client's lead in developing the strategy, whereas a consultant might create a strategy on their own and then deliver it to the company. So those are the basic distinctions between each industry. They can get kind of confusing, so we like to make those lines very clear. If you go through a coach training program that is accredited or approved, we make those lines very clear for people so that they know which hat they're wearing at which times. A lot of professionals will come into it, myself included. I will do some consulting, and I just let people know I'm first a coach, but if there's a piece of information that you might need, I might be putting on my consultant hat to help you from that perspective. All right, so now we want to look at industry trends. The trends in coaching right now are very exciting because they are in favor of the coach and the efficacy of coach training and coach certification. So if you look at the current trends in the United States, people that get degrees have an advantage when they go to get a job. A lot of people will take their degree and get a coaching certification in addition as a way to bridge that gap. So for one example, if a master's degree is costing between $30,000 and $120,000. So ACC in the coaching world would be like, here's your bachelor's in coaching. PCC level training in the coaching world would be the equivalent of, here's your master's in coaching. But MCC is the equivalent of, you've got your PhD in coaching, and those are equivalents. So what is exciting for coaches is that coaches are making the equivalent of if you were to go get a master's or a second degree. So the investment and the benefit of the investment is outstanding right now and really in favor of the coach. Other benefits to coaches is that you can start building your coaching practice while in training, and a really good training would show you how to do that and to begin to take on clients while in training, but to start growing your coaching practice. Also, coaching programs most of them are designed around full-time employment, gaining skills, end up radiating into all areas of your life, which is absolutely fabulous. Okay, so I will send you both of these documents so that you have them. And I'd now like to answer your questions. So let me pull those up. Question number 1, somebody asked, how long is the training? So I outlined the hours already, but for PCC level training, it's usually a minimum of 6 months, sometimes a year for that level. Our program is 6 months of training, and then we do a self-paced 3-month certification process where our students are submitting requirements, getting one-on-one feedback on skill enhancement, and then also doing a performance evaluation at the very tail end. Question number 2, What sets IICT apart? We are very unique in that we offer an integrative approach. And I'm going to pull up on my screen what that means. And this is on our front page, so you can review this at any time. Integrative coaching is a results-based approach that develops skills and deeper wisdoms within the client and the coach. So if you look at the word integrative, it means serving or intending to unify separate things. So an integrative coach is trained to take all aspects into consideration for the greater good of that client's life or the company's life. And you can look at the opposite. Non-integrated means fragmented. So you're experiencing division, divisiveness, things aren't moving or they're crumbling apart. An integrative life or integrative thinking, things are running very smoothly because everything is taken into consideration and we're looking at optimizing all aspects, not just one. And then coach, integrative coaching, we look at partnering with the client in a thought-provoking and creative process, inspiring them to maximize their personal and professional potential, which is particularly important in today's uncertain and complex environment. Integrative coaches know how to respond to a situation at the level of issue that is occurring, and they know how to coach to that level, and they know when to up-level and when to not up-level, when to stay put. And as a result, the process helps the client dramatically improve their outlook on work and life while improving their leadership skills and unlocking their personal potential. Question number 3, is integrative coaching the same as transformational coaching? This is a really good question. So integrative coaching includes transformational coaching. There's what's called transactional coaching and there's transformational coaching. Transactional coaching is the science of coaching. So it's the very logistical part. It's the, when are you going to get that done by? What exactly is the goal that we're working towards? Is it measurable? So it's very logistical. Transformational coaching takes the client from where they're at and invites them into a new relationship with what is happening, creating a completely new possibility and an experience of life. So that's the transformational part. So we teach both are important. And the last question submitted to us is, what does the course outline? The way we have our program laid out is we have coaching foundations that gives you a really solid understanding of what coaching is, what coaching is not, where do those professional boundaries come into play. And then we move you into advanced concepts. So this is where the integrative perspectives really start coming to life. We teach you how to develop somebody in every area of their life. We teach you what level a problem is occurring at, and again, when to up level, when to stay put with that client. After completing all of that, then you go into certification, because at that point, we've moved you through the 3 phases of skills. We look at the anatomy of a coaching session. We also look at what's called the map to mastery, and we bring in elements that teach you how to be a complete coach. So what I mean by that is you're not only using your head, you're observing, you're also learning how to read body language, you're learning how to get the client more in tune with their own awareness of what is going on. Oftentimes clients come to us with what's right in front of them, and a good coach opens up the whole periphery and can allow the client to see in completely new ways, which is what leads to transformation. And the last thing I would say about coach training is that it's a profound training because it's 2 for 1. Not only do you get training in helping others, you also learn developmental tools that you can apply to yourself, that you can apply to your own development. And coach training ends up radiating into every area of your life so that you can live optimized as you help others to live an optimized life. My hope is that the presentation today was very helpful and answered all the questions that you have. If you have any more, we're here to help. So please feel free to email or reach out. I leave you with this thought. Peter Drucker said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it."